So I'll start this video today on the road. This is a sort of a part 2, so to speak, but it's a new video in its own sense. We're on our way to Skegness. This is a continuation from Bradford, where I was just a couple of days ago. You'll see here if you go to Edgar TV and click on that one there, the thumbnail with me and Gerwen Price. We had an exhibition in Bradford, a Modus and MDA joint production, and we're on our way over to Skegness for more of the same. And luckily the weather dried up a little bit, so it allowed me when I got there to do the usual seaside things like jackpot some games and have a walk along the seafront and get on the seaside and have some fish and chips and just enjoy Skegness, because Skegness is somewhere I love to go, and me, a bit of a bucket list location to do an exhibition there. So great to go in and top up the points cards, ready for when I go back at Christmas to pick up loads of toys and goodies. So as always, I got to the venue nice and early in order so I can get all the signings done, because there's lots of bits you need to do, like signing the board and the surrounds and these tables and things for like the VIPs and competition winners and things. So I like to get there nice and early so I can get them done and out the way, and then the rest of the time sort of mine to do what's needed and to fill out the itinerary of the evening. Obviously that starts off with a bit of practice. I'm not one of them players that can just sort of go to it and play straight off the back. I like an hour or two at least in order to feel comfortable enough to play in front of an audience, and I always like to try and give my best, whether it's an exhibition or a big event, whenever there's an audience there. So I like to get in there nice and early and have a good couple of hours on the board. And obviously with these sort of events that is split up and broken up, because then we've got to go and do the VIP meet. This is your lineup for the evening. Myself, Mark Webster, Robert Thorne, Pete Burgoyne is buzzing to be on Edgar TV, you could see there. And over here we've got the rest of the lineup for the evening, which is Fallon, Sherrock, Michael Van Gerwen and Nathan Aspinall. Them two will be taking each other on later in a repeat of the World Grand Prix final. This was your opportunity for your VIPs, for your gold members, to come in and get their autographs, so you can bring in your program, your 180 card, a t-shirt, any item you want, and it can get signed. You can come along and meet all the players, and yeah, really good experience. This is an upgrade ticket, so I believe this is around about the £50–60 mark depending which event you go to, but well worth the price because the extra that you get here, and you get the autographs and the memorabilia of the evening. After that, it was a quick question and answer. This was about 15–20 minutes long. Opportunity to ask any sort of questions that you'd like to ask the players, and then it was into the action. The crowd was in, the lights was dimmed, and then it was music time with Paul Booth. Actually, we got to listen to Paul Booth's mega mix. See if you can guess which song this one is. This is Paul Booth doing his warm-up. If you've not seen Paul Booth before, guys, you're missing out. The guy's an absolute master MC. But if you know what song this is, down to the comment section below if you think you know. No prizes for that one, but it's on with the action. Nathan Aspinall, here you'll see, coming on to take on one of the players. These are one of the auction or the raffle winners, which is another feature of these nights. You get to take on the players. So Van Gerwen was up there, Nathan was up there, Mark Webster was up there, as was Harry Hill, which was what the crowd was calling this guy. And in the spirits of an exhibition, he was absolutely loving his moment of being Harry Hill. Nathan on for the max, on for the 180, and he actually said to me, he goes, "Matt, I know you're putting these slow-mo throws, could you not put my my slow-mo throw in?" Of course, Nate, there you go. And that was it for all your auction games and your raffle games. We'll come back to those slow motions in a bit when we have a look at some of the other players that was playing on the night. But it was time for the main action to start, and this one wasn't a tournament like the one you saw in Bradford a couple of nights before. This one was more just about seeing some games and some action, and I'd make my walk on here, having a few shakes of the old hands. My game was against Pete Burgoyne. Pete Burgoyne, someone who's had a bit of a run on the Challenge Tour recently. He's been playing in a couple of Pro Tour events and is signed by MDA Promotions, which was part of the organisers of this event, both MDA and Modus, putting this one on together. Had quite a decent-ish sort of game here, averaging around about the 90-ish mark. These are the first 6 darts of the game. Pete's having a good look at his darts there. He's just checking that they're darts. They're definitely darts, Pete. Definitely got darts. This would have been a nice way to win the game. I was looking at a 170 finish. I did previously do a 170 finish. This was at the Summer Series a couple of years back to beat Gary Anderson. Did that with a 170 finish. And it would have been nice to have won this game on stage. I'm 2-0 up at this point. and then he just hit a 45, so give us an opportunity for Pete to get back in. We're turning into commentary now, isn't it? This is turning into a bit of darts commentary as well. 125, got to start on the bullseye for this one. Ball or 25. If you look in the screen in the back there, you'll see that's in the ball. It's in the 25. Bullseye for the match. Pete expects it. I expect it. Doesn't go, and I'm kind of disappointed look over to the left there. 65 for Pete to keep the game going. It is a best of 5, so it's first to 3. If he doesn't take this out, the Edgar will want 25 for the victory. A 3-0 victory in Skegness, the exhibition he wanted to play in. Big fan of Skegness. Is he going to get a debut victory in Skegness? Yes, he is. There it is. 3-0 victory. Very, very happy with that one. Very happy to get one at the Embassy. Other games on the evening, we had Robert Thornton versus Fallon Sherrock. A good game this was. Robert Thornton took a 3-1 lead in this one. Fallon missing a lot of doubles early on, but then she really started to find a way and brought this back. And didn't just bring it back, she brought it all the way back and ended up taking the victory here 4-3. Good opportunity to look at a couple more slow-mos here. We'll have a look at the Fallon throw. One hypercritical point there. I'd say she's trying to retrieve the dart a bit quick because you can see the dip in the shoulder. The arm moves down a bit too quick. Robert Thornton as well, that's a bit weaker in the shoulder. Main event of the night was Nathan Aspinall versus Michael van Gerwen. This is a repeat of the World Grand Prix final, which took place just a couple of weeks ago. Michael van Gerwen took that one, and it was all set for a good game. This was a good game, actually, and I'll show you some of the footage as we go through. We have a look. We'll also take a little look at the Michael van Gerwen slow-mo. See there, the line of balance actually comes up behind the body there, that lean with the shoulder coming over the hip. That means he's got to be really strong with the wrist so he gets that big follow-through. Now, with Michael van Gerwen here, what he's done is he's knocked the stand. He's gone up and he's made a mess of it. Look at that. He's knocked it off. It's all kicking off. It's all going everywhere. It's smashing up the place. Got to get people on to fix it. You know that guy who always turns up to the pub early to do the setup? That was never Michael van Gerwen, clearly. He doesn't know how to put that thing on. He made it a lot worse. What he did do well, though, was the darts. He actually won this game 8-3. 103 the average, which made a good week's work for him because he actually was performing sort of that 100 average all week on these exhibitions because it was also Newcastle for the Modus event in between. So Michael van Gerwen taking main event 8-3 against Nathan Aspinall. Also got this done for you. Take a look at that. I've got it signed by all the players. So Fallon, van Gerwen, Nathan Aspinall, Robert Thornton, everyone signed the poster on the night. So I'm going to do this as a bit of a giveaway. All I want you to do is go down to the comment section, hit a like on your way past, but when you get to the comment section, just let me know if you've been to an exhibition before. If you have, what did you like about the exhibition? And if you haven't been to an exhibition before, let me know who would interest you. Who would you like to go and see? I will be picking one comment out of there. We'll be taking this signed poster. I'll be announcing it on my Twitter, which is over in the corner there at the Edgar 501. So make sure you go and put a follow on there as well. Don't forget to like the video. Like we say, when one video ends, a new story begins. That's it for Skegness. But actually, we're now going to Barnsley early in the morning because we're going to go play a pro tour. Got a phone call while I was down here saying that the space is available. I'm not ready for that. I know I'm not. I've not been practicing that much due to the injury and everything and the kick in the head. But you don't turn that conversation down, do you? You've got to go give it a go. So that's where we're off to now, which is the detour, because then I've got to go down to Portsmouth later on today, Sunday by the way. Got to go down to Portsmouth later because I'm commentating on the Super Series all week. So we're going from Skegness to Barnsley, Barnsley to Portsmouth. That's some journey. Edgar TV.